Welcome to MSP Clarksville. My name is Brady McAtam. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful week here on this Thursday. I know it's been a little bit rainy, but hopefully we can maybe bring some spirits up, bring some sunshine out by talking some Clarksville, Montgomery County sports. We're going to be starting the show off today by talking some soccer with Caitlin Pinney, the head coach of the Northwest Lady Vikings. The Lady Vikings coming off 2 straight district championships the last 2 seasons. I know that probably sounds great to you.
Oh, it sounds fabulous, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to be shooting for a 3rd one this year. What's the culture been like for Northwest in these last couple of years after, not really having this type of success really in the past?
There's a lot of excitement. When the class that graduated last year came in as freshmen, they were the most enthusiastic group I think I've coached in my 15 years of coaching. And that really set the standard for the program, and I think is what allowed for them to have the success that they did. They were gung-ho about it from the very, very beginning. And it's been an interesting dynamic so far this summer to see the difference that losing 13 seniors makes. And the opportunity it provides all of these other girls to really rise up and claim some personality that they had hidden before.
Definitely. So like you said, you lost a lot of seniors. What are some of the gaps that you guys are going to be looking to fill? Maybe some of the roles on the team that you're looking for some of these young girls to now come in and take?
The biggest is probably stepping up defensively with leadership. My entire back line, at least 6 deep, were all seniors last year. And so I have a lot of girls who have learned from them, but this is their first opportunity to really step up and claim it as their own. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do.
There you go. Yeah, defense, of course, always important in soccer, not just about scoring the goals. You got to prevent them too.
Yes.
Now you guys have been looking to do a camp this week. I got rained out yesterday. Hoping you can get that going back today, but tell me a little bit about that.
So we did a Kicking with the Vikings camp for kids last week, and this week we are hosting a 7v7 mini tournament. And so yesterday rain out was a big bummer, and we're hoping, fingers crossed, as storms are moving in right now, that it doesn't do it again. But when I had coached in Metro Nashville, a lot of coaching friends in Williamson County through Independence High School had put on a 7v7 tournament, and it was a really great opportunity for some of the metro schools in Williamson County to get together and do in the summer. And travel is a little different up here in Clarksville, and you have to travel a significant distance to have different opportunities. And so I know a lot of us really stress that in our season schedules to have different opponents so that we can get well-versed experience in preparation for postseason. So I thought it would be really cool for Montgomery County to do a summer 7v7 so that we don't have to travel as much, and we can really try and inspire and ignite the soccer community here.
That sounds like a good idea to me. I like the sound of that. Who are some of the teams that you had coming in to participate in the 7-on-7?
So Rossview's coming in. We had invited Northeast. They've had coaching change, which made it tricky for them. West Creek will be joining. Montgomery Central, I'm really excited, is bringing 2 separate teams. And I know in the past they've kind of had a smaller squad, so I'm really excited that they seem to be growing too. We invited Springfield. Clarksville Academy was originally going to come, but Irby has left CA and is now at West Creek, so he's bringing West Creek instead. Kirkwood was supposed to make their big entrance to the soccer community, but they were only able to play yesterday, and since we had to cancel, they're not there, which is a bit of a bummer. And so we're hoping it's 6 different schools right now, but that's a great start to build, and hopefully next year we can get a few more schools to come in and build some consistency and really, like I said, ignite soccer in Montgomery County.
Absolutely, and soccer has been kind of growing in the area, it seems to. Of course, the last decade or something, it's been like Clarksville High, they've just been great, and that's kind of it. But the last couple of years, I mean, you guys, West Creek has been great. Rossview had a fantastic team last year. CA came along a little bit. I mean, you're getting more talent in the area, it seems, and they seem to be spreading out a little bit more across these teams. Just how cool is that for the area that, there's not just one great team anymore?
I think that's awesome, and that's the most that we can hope for. And I really want to give a lot of credit to Clarksville Soccer Club and what they've done to help grow soccer. We're fortunate enough to have a couple of members of the 08 girls team that went into regional play in South Carolina, and sticking with their home school is a huge advantage. But the fact that Clarksville Soccer Club has really worked to grow these athletes so that they feel confident and comfortable to stick with their home school has been awesome.
Yeah, now looking at this upcoming season, things are looking a little different for the region, because with Kirkwood now coming into the fold, West Creek has moved over, and West Creek has been really good these last couple of years. Of course, having one of the best players in the area with Madison Bennett, so guys now get to go against her and see how that'll go in the district game. Just what does that do for your district specifically that you're adding that team?
I think it's exciting. And like you said, there's ebb and flow with it. Just a few years ago, I would say Henry County was extremely dominant in our district. And we have increased our performance in order to really be competitive with them. Dixon County is consistently competitive. And I think it's exciting to have another team that brings more competition into our district. That's what we want. We want to have the best soccer and encourage these young ladies to be the best soccer players that they can be. And the only way you do that is by playing other really great soccer players.
It's a good point. You're not gonna get much better by playing cakewalks, so that'll be exciting to watch for sure. So, so I know you've lost a lot of good players the last couple of years. Who are some players this year that you're looking to maybe step up? And I know you're bringing back some good players as well, but who are some players that you expect to kind of lead the way for you guys?
Well, our returning players are phenomenal. Kira Sessoms, who plays for the 06 CSC team, she's a phenomenal athlete. She's a senior. She's a fantastic leader as well. And so she's returning to the midfield and really excited about what she brings. I'm looking forward to Mackenzie Garvin lighting it up on the top line. She had a phenomenal season last year working with Serenity and Hadia and Megan. And this is her moment to shine on her own. And so I'm really excited for that. And again, we have some senior leaders on the back line who are getting some big shots to show off their stuff in a way that they haven't before. So it's going to be a good season.
That's good to hear. I'm looking forward to getting out and seeing you guys play. Last year was your first after was your first only coaching the girls team after coaching both the girls and boys team for a little while at Northwest. Did that afford you more time to pay attention to just the girls team and kind of coach there? We might be frozen here. Looks like we got a little bit of a freeze here, but why don't we go back and take this moment to kind of look at, oh, there we go. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, as I was saying, so you were coaching both the boys and girls teams at Northwest for a little while. Last year was your first year only being with the girls team. Did that afford you more time to kind of focus on that team, or was it kind of a similar season as it was in the past?
Not coaching the boys definitely gave me a lot more time to focus on the girls, and is probably the reason that we have attempted to do what we've done this summer in having the camp and having the 7v7, because I had all spring to really finalize details and put things together and really talk to the players as well about what it is that they wanted for this season, what they wanted to contribute, how much they wanted me to do, and where they wanted us to go and how we were going to best get there. I miss the boys incredibly. They are super awesome, and they were so much fun to watch this season. But I do enjoy having my time to give a little bit more to these girls.
Yeah, absolutely. They definitely were fun to watch this last season. But so looking at your guys' schedule, we're only like 3 weeks away or something from that start of the season. It's crazy. I'm sure you're counting it down. Just what are you most excited for this season?
Honestly, I'm really kind of what I said at the beginning. I'm most excited to see these girls who have not been overshadowed by who we had last year. But seeing their opportunity to really shine and to do something incredible that they watched others do, and now they get to do for themselves. Because I have a phenomenal team from freshmen through seniors. We have a lot of talent and incredible players, and I really just am so excited for the season to start to see what they can do.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys can do as well. Looks like you guys open the season at home against McEwen, or is that a scrimmage?
No, not against McEwen. We open at home our first game actually against Kirkwood.
Oh, against Kirkwood. All right. Well,
yeah.
I'm seeing an incomplete one on Max Preps then, so I'll get that full schedule from you, and I'll get that all in my spreadsheet and make sure I get out to see the Lady Vikings this year, because I know that you guys are gonna be putting on a good show as always. So
awesome. Thank you. We love having you out there.
Absolutely. And I love being there. So, Caitlin, thank you so much for taking a couple minutes out of your day to join me here. Fingers crossed that we can get those 7-on-7 games in, and assuming that does all go off, have a great time.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was Caitlin Pinay, the head coach of the Northwest girls soccer team. We're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we're going to be talking with Todd Hood, the head coach of the Rossview football team. You won't want to miss it.
Tired of hanging lights every year? We get it. That's why Southern Nights is here to help. We install programmable lighting on your home or business so you can enjoy beautiful, customizable lighting all year round. No more ladders, tangled lights, or cold nights outside. We do the work, you do the celebrating. Call Southern Nights today and take the hassle out of holiday lighting forever. For a free quote, give us a call at 931-241-3074 or visit our Facebook page at Southern Nights.
Hockey in Music City just hits different. It's one big honky-tonk party. It's the sea of gold in the crowd, the goals, the saves, the celebrations. It's an experience like no other. Experience Predators hockey all season long. Visit NashvillePredators.com/season tickets and join the Loyal Legion today. That's NashvillePredators.com/tickets, and we'll see you at Bridgestone Arena.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
You really good try.
There aren't any cops around.
I didn't think there were any cops around.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay?
Welcome back to MSP Clarksville. My name is Brady McAtamney, sports editor at Main Street Preps Clarksville. We're going to talk now with Todd Hood, the head coach of the Rossview Hawks football team. The Hawks coming off a couple of seasons where they're maybe trying to forget a little bit, and get a little bit better coming into this 2023 season. Todd, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we've had the past couple of years has not been Rossview football. It's not been anything we're proud of, and we've just been a little down. It's just the way it is, and we're definitely trying to improve, and things are looking up.
Absolutely. Kind of getting back to where you were in, I believe it was 2021, where you guys made the postseason. Unfortunately, ran into Oakland there, and no one really wants to run into Oakland, not in the postseason. But it was a strong season for you guys. What do you think was going well that season that maybe hasn't been there in the last couple?
Well, I think that season we had a bunch of seniors. We had 20 seniors, and I think that's very critical. At the past couple of years, we've had 5 seniors. We've had 9 seniors. And sometimes those kids have not even been 4-year players. So those are things that you look at to have a good program. You want to have a lot of seniors in your program and develop them as they come through. The last couple of years, that hasn't happened for various reasons. And so this year, we don't have a lot of seniors, but we've got some really good kids. And the biggest thing is their attitude and work ethic and study and execution. So those things have been really a plus for us. And that season was a really good bunch of seniors. They stayed together 4 years. They had that was our first freshman team that Rossview ever had. So that was a step in the right direction. They developed and they stayed together. We didn't have many transfers in that group because we get a lot of military kids here. So that was big that most of them stayed here and was here for 4 years, and makes you look good as a coach.
Makes you look real good as a coach. But Something that could be making you look good as a coach here coming up is the return of middle school football, something that hasn't been around in Clarksville since either you or I have been here, as far as I know. So what's that going to be able to do for football in Clarksville, and especially football for Rossview?
Well, number one, I think that's huge. We may be the, probably the only program and the only county in the state of Tennessee that doesn't have middle school football. As you know, since I've been here at Rossview 2017, we've been 6A football. So we're playing Hendersonville. We played Gallatin. We played Mount Juliet, Lebanon, Hendersonville. Those schools like that, they've had middle school programs for years. So when our kids are starting school in the past for junior pro in middle school, when our kids are starting school, they're registering to play football. Within 2 weeks, they're playing their first game. Within 10 weeks, they're done. So I don't know. We must have some great coaches to teach all those kids all the fundamentals and the techniques and the steps and the tackling and all that in 2 weeks to get them ready to play. So obviously that's being sarcastic. So that's been really just not very good for anyone here in Clarksville. And I think when you have good teams from Clarksville in the past, it's been because they've had really good talent. They've had some good coaching, and I think that's been up and down. I don't think you've seen a powerhouse Clarksville team that's been through here lately that's made a run in the playoffs, and I think a lot of that's got to do with the middle school program. So I think this is going to be huge. Where now we're trying to get coaches in the building. The kids can now wear their jerseys to school, have some pride in the program, develop it that way, and actually start in June and lift weights and train and do some things throughout the year, as opposed to having 2 weeks to prepare for your first game. So that's really ridiculous. And the teams that we play, like, Hendersonville and Mount Juliet, when we're taking signups in middle school, those kids are taking picture day, and they've been practicing all summer. So just night and day difference. And I think it's going to be huge for the program. And I think John Miller has got that passed. And I think it might be, it may be 3 to 4 to 5 years where you really see a big difference, but it's definitely going to be a huge difference for football here in Clarksville, Montgomery County.
Yeah, I agree. And looking at the head coach that you guys got for Rossview, it'll be Justin McGettigan.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you been able to kind of get with him? He played. He played for you, if I remember right.
Didn't play for me, but he's actually played for a former coach of mine at I believe it's Fort Campbell for a short time.
Okay.
He graduated here at Rossview. We have talked. We're trying to implement the same system. So I think that's going to be huge. He's actually going to be teaching at Rossview Middle School, which will be great for the kids to have their coach in the building. And I think any principal or school atmosphere, football is huge for your atmosphere. Have your coaches in the building, and where kids can see their coach, talk with their coach. Sometimes they need correcting, believe that or not, especially in middle school. They
I don't know about
need a little
that.
adjustment. Yeah. So a little adjustment can be made when the school has a coach in the building. And I think that's going to be a win-win for everyone. And I'm looking forward. I think Justin's going to do a great job. We've had many discussions and a few meetings, so we think it's going to be cool. We're interested. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah. So are you involved at all with kind of getting that program off its feet, maybe instilling some of the values that you guys hold, or are you kind of just leaving it in the middle school coach's hands?
We've talked on some basic fundamentals of the program and what we want, and we want to match and marry those up together. So we have, to a degree, in detail, we have not, but we've talked many times about the same things that we like and the things that we want here at Rossview, and he's implementing those, and we're very glad to have him on board, and he's going to do a really good job for us.
Absolutely. Now let's talk a little bit about your high school team. You guys coming off a season where you guys struggled a little bit, got a couple wins in there, but what have you guys kind of been focusing on here as you get back from the dead period these last week and a half or so? What's been the focus for Rossview football?
Well, I think our focus has been basically since the season ended, getting stronger like most people. And then I think the next thing is our mental capacity, our focus, our drive. Those things is the biggest. The last couple of years has not been very fun for anybody. I can't sugarcoat it. And I can't sit here and tell you, hey, man, it's been great. It don't work that way. It's not been fun. It's not been exciting. We haven't given the student body anything to cheer about. And that's what I've told the kids. And so we've done some different things this year. We've got an honor council that's done a really good job on getting our kids, our students and players and people involved in the program and getting them motivated. And our focus, we've actually hired a sports psychiatrist or psychologist, I guess you'd say, to come in to work the mental part of the game. She's done a fabulous job with that. So that's been fun. I see benefits from that. We picked up a few baseball players. I think that has been huge. We've got some good athletes coming from the baseball team, and that's been a big pick-me-up for the team and the players, and they've been a huge asset to us. And I think those are some of the directions we're going. X's and O's are X's and O's, blocking and tackling. If you can't block people and you can't tackle people, I don't care who you are, you're not going to be very good. So those are aspects of the game that never changes. So we'll see how that goes as we move on to a scrimmage next week with Good Pasture, our first scrimmage. So that'll be some telltale sign of where we are. But the biggest thing for us is just mental focus, execution, teamwork, and being one. That's sort of where we're at.
Yeah, you mentioned bringing some players in from other sports. Who are some of the guys that you're kind of looking forward to seeing out there?
Well, the guys we picked up, Brody Prairie has joined us from baseball. Man, he's just what a super kid he's been. Johnny Calabrero has joined us, and he's been a huge asset for us. Hezekiah Scott, we've got him and Reed Bryant battling at quarterback, and that's been fun. Those kids are really doing a good job. We've got a few guys come from basketball. They're still working out some things there, but that's looking good. We've had a few come out. And, some returning kids that's got to step up is JT Sims has got to step up for us. Colin Bryant, our tight end, has got to be a really good player for us this year. Cole Phillips, he's going to lead our defense. And we've got a couple of young kids, Jordan Culp and Jaden Westmoreland. And we've got a few other kids that's really going to step up and make some plays for us. And we're excited about that. And they've done a really good job. Now, listen, we look really good in shorts. I mean, listen, we can block a bag, and most of the time we step with the right foot, and that's going to be really good. I mean, we're doing good with that, but that's going to stop real soon. And the physicality and the real football is coming out. And the 7-on-7, all that stuff is fun, and it's we like that, and it's exciting, but it is not football. Football is a contact sport, and you got to move people, you got to block, you got to execute, and it's different. And that's going to stop real fast, and that's coming next week with, putting full gear on. And some people's going to camps, and we've got a camp in-house here. And then, of course, our scrimmage, first one's coming, Good Pasture, Friday. So it's going to be exciting for us.
Definitely exciting to see your guys lace up some pads, get the cleats on, get out of shorts, of course, like you said. I'm sure you guys look real good in the shorts, but
sometimes we look really good, yes. Not all the time, though. So
yeah, especially when it's real hot out there. I'm sure you guys would rather be in shorts than those heavy pads when it's 100 out there. But one thing that's going to be looking brand new with this year is your region. You're bringing in a brand new school to the area, welcoming in Kirkwood. Of course, Coach Watson, former Northeast guy, is going to be there. So someone that you've seen across the other sideline before. And it's a brand new region. It's everyone in the city plus Dixon County. Is that something that you maybe like, or is that something that, maybe have reservations about?
Well, I mean, just to be honest, and that's who I am. I mean, we're not playing Henderson. There's not a Hendersonville. There's not a Beach. Those schools are just, to be honest with you, a little bit different level. Mm-hmm. For the most part, year in and year out, they're going to be really, really tough to beat. Both those teams are going down to 5A with Springfield and Henry County, so that's going to be a heck of a region. So is it easier? I don't know if it's going to be easier. Is it different? Yes. Is it better? Yes. I think because our kids really enjoy playing local schools. It's more of a rivalry, and that's the way it's been years ago. It used to be all the city schools like that. So adding Dixon back in, which we played in the past, is going to be good. Jeff will do a good job over there. It's going to be his second year, so they're definitely going to be a lot better. And of course, Clarksville Northwest, Northeast, Kirkwood. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. Less travel, should be better money gates. It should be better crowds, more excitement. So I think it's a win-win for everybody. Competition is still going to be good. We're trying to improve. We've not been happy the last 2 years, so it doesn't matter who we play. We've got to do better ourselves in our program, and that's what we're going to work to do. And it's going to be a battle every Friday for us, and we're looking forward to it.
Absolutely, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the Clarksville High game. I know that those guys have kind of given you fits in the recent years, but one thing that I like about your schedule this year is that Clarksville High is in late October now instead of early September. I don't know. I'm sure some people probably like it coming early in the game. You can kind of get it out of the way there, but I think it kind of adds to that intrigue. If it's late in the season, you guys can kind of, circle it on the calendar and it's that fall summer night. Is that something that you guys want to try to do, or is that just kind of how it fell?
Yeah, that's sort of how it fell. They sort of picked our games for us and just sort of told us who we're playing. In the past, we used to draw for it, so that's sort of by the draw anyway. And then when Clarksville wasn't in our region, we got to pick. Mm-hmm. So we pick, be 1, 3, 5 or something like that. And so it's either going to be early in the season anyway. So is it good or bad? I'll tell you, I'm looking at October 20th. Yep. I'll tell you October 20th if that's good or bad. And that night I'll know for sure. So I think in the past, when I first got here, we really developed later as we went on. Things being new, we developed later. So I thought at that time, it probably, on hindsight, it would have been better to play later. Other times, I don't know, it's been pretty good. We've had some good battles. We've just not come out on the right side of it. I think some of that's, mistakes, mental, execution, those type things. And, so those are things we've got to improve in. So October 20th, they'll be here before you know it. And it's after fall break, so that'll be interesting in itself. Mm-hmm. And it'll be time to go. We always look forward to that game. It's going to be a big crowd. It's always fun. It's a huge atmosphere. And I think everybody just really enjoys playing in that game. It's fun.
Yep, and you'll be in hostile territory this year. You have to host the game last year. Now you're headed over to Clarksville High. Not a long bus trip, thankfully.
Well, last year it wasn't much of a game. Give Clarksville credit, man. We didn't play very well. They played really well. So we're looking forward to really giving them a battle and coming out on the top end of that game this year. And our kids are looking forward to that too. So we're going to make a little run this year and have some fun playing the game. And we're going to try to take it to another level this year.
Absolutely. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys get out there. And I know that you're probably counting down the days to, let's see, what is it? August 18th? Less than a month.
I think it's like 5 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. Like 5 weeks we're playing. Isn't that crazy?
It's creeping up on you, that home opener against Wilson Central. So
there we go.
Todd, thanks so much for joining, man. And you have a great rest of your week.
Thanks, Brady. Appreciate it. You guys have a good day. Thanks.
Thanks. And that's going to do it for MSP Clarksville today. My name has been Brady McTamney, the sports editor for Main Street Clarksville and the Clarksville guy for Main Street Preps. We look forward to seeing you again next week.